Hey everyone, David from SundaySounds.com here, and today we have a really great MainStage tutorial for you. I want to teach you how to make the lights on your Korg nanoKontrol 2 respond to your patch changes in MainStage 3. Alright everyone, so in order to make your Korg nanoKontrol 2 lights respond to MainStage patch changes, you have to do a little bit of tweaking of the way that the nanoKontrol 2 is set up itself. And you do this by downloading the Korg Control Editor app from the Korg website. It took me a little bit of time to find the Mac version of this download, and it looked like they hadn't updated it in a couple of versions. But I've got the link attached to this video. So you just follow that link and then click right here on Mac Software USA, etc., etc. So download that and go through the install process. Just double click on the download after it's installed. And then you also need to download the Korg USB MIDI driver. Now this says for Windows 10, but it also works for your Mac. So go ahead and download that. After I downloaded this, it asked me to restart my computer, so it may or may not ask you to do that as well. Those two things allow your nanoKontrol 2 to connect to the editor app when you open it up. So after you've done those, go ahead and click on Spotlight and type in Korg. It'll bring up the Korg Control Editor. So double click on that and it's going to open up. And if your device is connected, then you should see it right here under Target Devices. So just double click on it and it's going to open up like this. So basically we just need to change a couple of functions here on the nanoKontrol 2 that are going to allow it to receive and hold a light on or light off state when MainStage tells it to. So I'm going to show you how to do it yourself, and then we're also going to provide a file that you can just load straight onto your nanoKontrol 2 using this app. Let me show you how to do it yourself first. Click on Common right here, and then make sure that LED mode is set to external. By default, it's probably going to be set to internal, but make sure that's set to external. And then go down here, scroll down a little bit, click on Solo button 1, and then scroll down until you see Record button 8. Press down Shift on your keyboard, and then click on Record button 8, and you see how it selects every button in between there. So then you don't have to do this dozens of times, just once. All you need to do here is, with all those buttons selected, make sure that button behavior is set to toggle. Again, by default, it's most likely set to momentary. You need to set it to toggle. After you've made those two changes, then you go up here to Communication and click Write Scene Data. It'll ask if you want to write it, and you just hit OK. Then it's going to send those settings right over to your nanoKontrol 2 so that it can interact with MainStage 3 how we'd like. Now really quickly, if you'd rather have this done for you, just download the file from our website that's attached to this video that we have. We have already done this for you, and you can just load it up. So you're going to click File and Open. It's going to ask if you want to save changes. Just hit No. And then find that download that you got from our website. It looks like this. It might be in your downloads folder, where it'll be wherever you told it to go. And then just hit Open, and it's going to load up all of those settings already. And then you just go to Communication, Write Scene Data, and hit OK. And it's going to go on over. And that's all there is to it. Now, if you ever need to go back to the factory settings on the nanoKontrol 2, it's really easy to do that. You just hold down Previous, Next, and Panic on the nanoKontrol 2 while it's unplugged, and then plug it into power. And you hold those three buttons down for a second, and then you'll see some lights flash, and that'll let you know that it's factory reset. We've got a tutorial on how to do that on our website as well in the knowledge base if you need to do that ever, if you feel like you made a mistake or something's not working right. Okay, now we're going to go over to MainStage 3. And I've got Sunday keys open, but this will work for any button in any MainStage concert. I'm going to go over here to Layout Mode and highlight the buttons that you want to do this to. So you can highlight more than one control at a time in MainStage by holding Command on your keyboard while you click on your items. And if you accidentally click on something wrong, like I clicked on this text box, then just click on it again and it will no longer be highlighted. So you're just going to grab all of these buttons, whatever you want to have be responsive. So if you have a nanoKontrol 2 based template like Sunday keys, it's going to be pretty straightforward. But you could do this with any button that you wanted. All right, I've got them all selected there. And all you need to do is make sure that type is set to alternating value. By default, for most folks, is probably going to be at press and release. You want to change it to alternating value. And when you do that, it's going to take it a second for it to take place because there's a bunch of buttons. Your CPU might spike. It might seem like MainStage freezes for a second. It's just because it's changing the state of 24 buttons at once. And then while you still have them all highlighted, make sure that send value is set to CTRL nanoKontrol 2. And then that's all there is to it. Now when you go over to edit mode or to perform mode, you can see that as I scroll through my patches, the physical nanoKontrol 2 buttons are changing right along, which is really great. A couple things to note, a couple quirks. When you have multiple mappings made to a button, sometimes MainStage is a little choosy about the data that gets sent to the nanoKontrol 2 to tell it to turn on or off, especially if you have inverse mappings, which is something that I do when I have like a bypass for an effect and then also an adjustment of volume or something on the same button. So I found that sometimes playing around with the order that those mappings are made to the button can help. Specifically for Sunday keys, I made some tweaks to the presets in Sunday keys to make them all function pretty much flawlessly so that all these changes are reflected. Every once in a while, an odd one will still show up where something will be lit when you first load a patch that isn't actually supposed to be lit. Usually just a quick toggle of the button will reset that behavior. But if you have simpler concerts or buttons with just one mapping to them, then this works flawlessly. And even with Sunday keys, it's really great to have this responsiveness. So that's all there is to it. So you can grab the nanoKontrol 2 preset file from our website where you're watching this video, or if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, just follow the link over to the blog post where you can download it. If you're a Sunday keys user, make sure that you check out the Sunday keys user community, because I'm going to post versions of the Sunday keys presets that are designed specifically for use with this technique so that you don't have to do some of the tweaking that I did. So you'll be able to download those from within the Sunday keys user community if you are a Sunday keys user. But regardless of which MainStage concert you're using, this is a really cool way to add some extra functionality and visual feedback to your nanoKontrol 2. We can still hold out hope for a version of the nanoKontrol that has motorized knobs and faders, but at the very least, at least we can get these buttons responsive, right? So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on the video, or you can use the contact form on our website to send us an email. Thank you for supporting us at SundaySounds.com, for being Sunday Sounds insiders, for purchasing our templates and patches. We really appreciate it. And if you're eyeing this very attractive nanoKontrol 2 skin, you can get that on our website now as well. So thanks a lot for checking this video out. Hope you have a great day.